Hello, friends. Hi, I'm Leah Fireheart, and this is a very special edition of Leah from the Fire Sofa. That's not really a name for a show. It's just we have a special event today, and I'm really excited. So today is MSVCon 2024. Um, I have buttons. I have so many buttons. So many buttons. Grog also has a document that I'm sure he will be making excellent use of. Um, yes, that in fact is MSVCon 2024. Stories await you, a digital convention featuring over 20 presenters across Twitch channels and the MSV Discord. The full list of presenters can be found at mountainshadevillage.com. Our friend the Tipsy Tiger is streaming Wildflowers right now, and will be reading into us about 2:30 is my understanding, so that's going to be exciting. Um, Also, along with the Twitch streamers, there are 3 more rooms of presentations happening on the Mountain Shade Village 18 plus Discord, which can be found there at that Discord link. You guys, for my folks who are probably, although hi Goose Town, hello, hi, welcome to here. For my folks who hang out here all the time but may not be in the Mountain Shade Village Discord, you guys, this is such a nice community of people. I can't even tell you. It's not just so technically speaking, it's Churney Adventures Discord. Churney is just a tremendous person who has collected also a group of tremendous people around them. Everyone I've interacted with over there has just been an absolute goddamn delight. And collectively, they're not only a force, but a force for all that is good and not always wholesome, but you know, as close to it as we get as adults. So highly recommend that Discord if you are looking for more community in your life, and who isn't these days. Don't forget to like answer all the questions and be a responsible human over there. You have to like actually, approve the rules and everything, or you won't make it in there effectively. Um, yes, fellow presenter, Goosetown here, who is going to be, I think, closing out the end of the day. I think that's right. We've had, I think, 3 presenters in Twitch thus far that I've checked in with. That's been really fun. Everybody's done some really interesting presentations through the medium of gaming for the most part, and that's been really good. Which is also what I'm going to be doing. So here we are. um, Let me quickly say hello to folks, and then I have like announcements. I guess I have announcements. Oh wait, oh my god, oh god, do I have announcements? Oh, I do. Okay, so I have to make sure that I get I get done with this by 2:30. All right. Okay, so hashtag goose caboose. I love this so much already. Okay. First of all, let me just quickly scroll up here and say hello to folks. Okay, so we have here Saribot, hi, thank you, good bot. Dirtle, hi, lurking because playing games with a friend, no worries, thanks for checking in. Des, hi, Grog, hi. Also, Dirtle might have left the oven on. Some random geek has redeemed first. Congratulations on arriving first and then going to get food. Congratulations on taking care of yourself. Thank you for doing that and taking care of my friend. Mom, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Mini Des, hi, Mini Des. It's good to see you. Right, before we get into the rest of our MSVCon fun and amusing things, I have a few like notes, I guess. I didn't stream yesterday because I was sick. Luckily, as you might imagine, I'm feeling quite a bit better today. Everything kind of morphed from like a fever into some like digestive nonsense, and so I'm hoping that has worked itself out. So we're just gonna do the best we can, which is all we can do any day. But luckily, I am perkier today than I was yesterday because yesterday my perk was decidedly absent. Right. There's some exciting things, you guys. One thing that I'm not sure that I did is I'm not sure I actually remembered to make No, I didn't. I didn't remember to make a button for this. It's the only thing I didn't do. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have a thing. I'm going to get a link. We're going to put it in chat, and it's going to be manual, and it's fine. All right, so right. Today is MSVCon. There's some things in the title that you can also throw out. You can throw out the MSVCon, MSVMore, or MSV merch commands anytime you would like. Throughout today, there will also be timers going off. All of those things will appear in the chat routinely for you so that you know what's going on today during this delightfully wonderful convention day that, honest to goodness, Churney and their staff have put so much work into, and they did such an amazing job. I showed this on stream the other day. They put, it's actually a badge, but I didn't really have anything to like make it a badge. But it's got the little program of Discord presenters and the little Twitch presenters, and it's the cutest thing. So it's a little free souvenir from the con. But then also there is also merch that you can like pay for, t-shirts and mouse pads and mugs and all kinds of cool stuff. I actually bought myself a tank top because I was like, this is my first Twitch raid train ever. And I wanted something to commemorate it. So we're going to have a tank top. And then and which leads us into the next thing I was going to say, which is that next Friday is my second streamiversary. I will have been streaming on Twitch for 2 years. Count them, 2 years. And we're going to do a little charity stream. The link for that went live today. You know what? I did make a command for that. I just don't think I made a button for it. Is it this? Ha! Amazing. Look at how smart I am. Okay. Yeah, I just didn't make a Stream Deck button for it. So that's okay. If y'all want to check this out, so on March 1st, starting at 11:30 a.m., I'll be celebrating my second streamiversary and raising funds for World Central Kitchen. If you are ready to donate, that's awesome. The link is going to be live through March 2nd. If you want more info, you can get more info there at the link. I will be talking more about World Central Kitchen on Friday and why it's so important to me to be raising funds for this particular organization. And then so there's going to be, I mean, you guys have seen this before. This is like Leah the Alien explains the world to people who know already about the world, but I'm going to do it anyway because I can't stop myself, which is to say that there's going to be overall donation incentives. So we're going to be building towards our $500 fundraising goal before the end of the fundraiser. We also have 2 stretch goals that would take us up to $1,000, which would be mind-blowing, and I don't think it's going to happen, but like let's just aim for 500. Those goals are there on the site. There are also per donation goals, so of course if you want any of those things, you should wait to donate until the actual streamiversary stream on Friday, because I'm not going to be sticking hearts on my face today. Today is very serious business, as I put in the MSV Discord. Not really, but at least it's something that I can throw out there and let some folks see who may not otherwise get eyes on the fact that we're raising money for this amazing organization. Yeah, quasi Sears business. Yes, exactly. And then in preparation for that, well, not really in preparation for that, but like Tuesday. So this Tuesday, my ordinary stream schedule is I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Fridays. Typically Tuesdays 4 to 7, Thursdays 10:30 to 2:30 Eastern, and then Fridays 4 to 7. This week is going to be heckin' weird. I'll post obviously my announcements like I normally do in the Discord, telling you when I will be live for those days. But Tuesday, Grog has a thing that I have to drive him to, so no stream Tuesday. Thursday, I thought maybe we would do a gaming stream, but I think actually this is going to end up being better done kind of bulk gaming stream on Friday and less in the kitchen. So I think we'll probably do a short kitchen stream on Thursday, probably starting at the regular time at 10:30. And then on Friday, on Friday it's Streamiversary Day. There's a lot of ridiculousness that I have planned that may lead us into even more ridiculousness. So hopefully y'all want to come back and hang out with me for my Streamiversary. It would be really fun to have all of you around for the party. Okay. Let's see. What else am I missing? I think that's all I had about Streamiversary stuffs. So hold on a second. Let me have some water here. Right. So today we're going to be talking about, and you guys will probably hear this a little bit twice, but those of you who have been hanging out for a while know that when I first started doing gaming streams, so I started out as a food and drink streamer and added gaming streams later. 2 or 3 months later, and I went into a brand new save of one of my very favorite games, Stardew Valley, and it took us about a year and a half to go ahead and get to perfection. I don't know that you exactly beat Stardew Valley. The perfection you can. It's just there's an in-game marker for finishing the game, but like post-game content isn't really that different than before the end of the game. So yeah, you can just kind of continue playing on past the end of the game. And so yeah, we got to perfection, and then I moved on to other endeavors. And one of the things that we tried to do before the end of those streams was decorate the farm a little bit. I did some of that, but I didn't do all of it. And so off stream over the course of the last couple of weeks, I went back into my save and I decorated the farm. So we're going to be able to take a little farm tour, and then talk about sort of Stardew Valley and friendship kind of within the context of streaming and learning how to stream, and even learning how to game. And so that's going to be kind of the crux of what we talk about after the Tipsy Tiger goes ahead and raids in at 2:30. Jane, hi Jane, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. How are things? Candy Coated Reality, hi, hello, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for checking in earlier. I'm doing good. We're good over here. Brigitte says you can't beat Stardew Valley, but you can rise to its challenge. You can't beat Stardew Valley, but you can rock out to it. Grog says you can always beat the controller/console, but that's highly not recommended. No, it's not. No, it's not. Jane, hi. I'm eating some Dino Nuggies. Oh, our purveyor of Dino Nuggie emotes isn't here. Some random geek went to get food. So some random geek is mod for a Fortnite streamer who has, among other things, a Dino Nuggie emote. It's hilarious. It's so cute. Brigitte says you can rock out to it if you're not Leah turns the amazing soundtrack off. I will have you know, I went into the save and I deliberately made sure that the music was turned up loud enough to hear it. Also, you may have missed my starting soon screen, but wait, hold on. Wait, can I do this now? I might be able to do this now. How smart do we think Leah is the question. How good at things and smart do we think Leah is? How about that smart? That's probably a little loud. We'll turn that down just a little bit, but we can let that play a little bit while we chat. So, oh wait, hold on. There, I have to do one thing because otherwise it's not. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Let's see. Gorecki says BRB. There's a dead horse in the street, and you won't believe what I'm about to try. Hi, Gorecki. The most common aminal in the internet is beaten dead horses. Oh my god. You heard the intro music. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So, oh, wait. Why is that still on top of my camera? Hold on a second. I'm not as smart as I look. If you guys think I look smart, I'm not as smart as I look. There we go. Yeah, you guys don't necessarily need to see. So, you guys, actually what's interesting, and I'm not going to talk about this at all during the presentation part of the stream, but it was interesting because I was like, oh, you know, it would be great. It would be great if I changed my music to Stardew Valley music, because one of the things that I know about Concerned Ape, who's the developer of this game, basically, Eric Barone, almost entirely a one-man team that made this game. He allows streamers to stream the music whether or not they're playing the game. There's no DMCA, like, copyright on it. You can pay money and download the soundtrack from Bandcamp or download individual songs or whatever, and that's what I went ahead and did. I went ahead and tossed $1 his way to be able to use this song on stream. Yeah, it was very cool that I was like, I wonder if I can like go grab that song and use it as my intro song for the day. It turns out that was real easy, and because he's such a good guy, yeah, he made it really simple and really cheap. And nobody gets in trouble for using it, which is really cool. And anytime anytime I have an excuse to give that man more money, I'm doing it, right? So here's the thing about Stardew Valley. I think it actually even periodically goes on sale, but I think it's like $15. I haven't looked in a while, and of course Steam doesn't tell me like how much it is because I already own it, but like it's like a $15 game. 2 years ago in 2021. That's not 2 years ago. We're trying here. I think it was the end of 2020. I think it was the end of 2021. I'm pretty sure it was the end of 2021. Sorry. Right. So I think it was the end of 2021. He put out an update to the game that included this like perfection concept. And also did like, he basically added an entire new like section to the game that for most games would have been a paid DLC. Like 5 years after publication. Okay. He's still working on his next game, so presumably could use the cash. Just gave it out as an update for free, when I think most people who play Stardew would have given him, I mean, at least $10 for it. Like, given like the size of the update vis-a-vis the size of the game, like, I would say that DLC was worth $10, and he's getting ready to do it again. I don't think this one's going to be quite as big an update, but apparently he is into bug testing on yet another update to the game, to the 1.6 update. So not only 8 years after the end of, after he published the game, he's still updating it while he's working on his next game, and just giving that shit away for free. Like, how is that a thing? It's amazing. I think he's incredible. Grog says, yeah, $15 on Steam, and there is the link to the game if for some reason you've never seen it or never bothered to look at it. I can't recommend it highly enough, obviously. Opting out. Hi, how are you? Everything since 1996 has happened in the last 3 months. Also hi. It's interesting to me that you choose 1996. Which is a notable year in Leah history. Golly, 96. It's a really heckin' long time ago. It's a really distressingly heckin' long time ago, actually. It's not actually 3 months ago. I'm sorry. Right, okay. What else did I have to say about all of this? I don't remember. Why does this button say cheese on it? What was this for? Oh, I remember. Never mind. Yeah, I didn't put the giving link on a button. Opting out, this is at the year you finally 100%ed 1995. Me too. That was the year I 100%ed high school. Please don't do that math. But it is relevant to the discussion today, interestingly enough. My age is in fact relevant to the discussion that we're having today. So I'll just go ahead and say that that was the year I 100%ed high school. Here's the thing though, luckily for me, my husband is older than I am and always will be. You know who isn't older than I am? Chester. You guys, I planned in time for shenanigans today. Because I know how much you guys like to shenanigan. And I wanted to make sure that you weren't still shenaniganing when the raid came through. Gareki says, wow, Grog, what does the underside of that bus taste like? Yeah, the underside of the school bus. Grog says burnt beans on toast. Oh, right. That's right. Yeah, actually, you know what? We could do that. Here, I have a thing. That we could talk about. I will show you the thing. I have to find the thing. Where's the thing? Speaking of burnt beans on toast. I think it's this one. Yeah. So here, I'm not going to leave this up because this isn't for today. But I'll give you guys a sneak peek since you were so nice as to show up here. We have goals, communal goals for the Streamiversary celebration on the 1st. They range from the $50 goal of trying Welsh candy through doing a candy bar tier list, making lava bread baked eggs, which is, if you don't know what those are, that's seaweed. I had it sent all the way from Wales. Trying canned corned beef, another Welsh product. Trying pickled cockles. That is pickled seafood in a jar. Cockles are like little tiny barnacles, I gather. Something like that, or little tiny clams. I don't know. But they're pickled. It's pickled seafood and it comes in a jar. And you guys are gonna have to donate $300 to World Central Kitchen to get me to try those, because that's the only way I'm opening that jar. And then here we have at $400 beans on toast. I have purchased and will consume Heinz baked beans on an appropriately flimsy and nutritionally lacking piece of toast. And then at $500, we'll do a grog cooking party. Grog will temporarily seize control of the kitchen. Don't tell them anything else. But yes, that is the plan. A secret grog cooking stream. And then there's 2 more secret stretch goals. Which I hopefully you guys will think those are fun if and when we get there. But they're secret for now. Opting out since I find that math really easy. Fun to think that if we had been born to different parents, we could have graduated from residential schools. Fun may not be the word I was looking for. Not sure the situation down there, our residential school system finally closed in 97. Holy heck. Are you kidding me? 97? I had no idea it was that late. Good Lord. No wonder so many of you don't celebrate Canada Day. Sunny, hi, hello, hi. Croxus is gonna be glorious. Yeah, so that's a sneak peek of the what the celebration is gonna be on the 1st. The reason that so many of those things are Welsh is that it's also St. David's Day. And so Smokey here is going to help me celebrate, in addition to celebrate St. David's Day, in addition to my second stream anniversary. And then I can show you too. Wait, hold on a second. We can do this too. I can show you the, here. The per donation rewards, which are heck, can I just do that? Yeah, okay, this isn't gonna like belong here permanently. Which if I have you know those sparkly little, like those e-girl face stickers, the like dimensional rhinestone hearts? I bought some. And so I'm going to stick e-girl stickers all over my face for any donation of any amount. I think it has to be over $1 because that's just the minimum that they would let me set as an incentive. And then for $10 donation, I will write your name on a heart and stick it on the side of the fridge for the entire month of March. The reason I say the entire month of March is that I'm going to be probably doing mostly gaming that day. We're gonna have choose your game. You guys can choose my game over the course of the stream. So we're gonna be doing that back here. And so we'll be popping back and forth into the kitchen to do stuff. But just to make it like fair and good for everyone, we will stick hearts to the side of the fridge for the entire month. And then for a $50 donation, up to 5 $50 donations, I will change my outfit. You guys are used to seeing me in my little retro dresses, and we'll start with some of those ones that you've seen before. But there are a few that you haven't seen because they are ridiculous to cook in. Ridiculous. So for greater heights of ridiculosity, we will run and change our clothes for every $50 donation, up to a maximum of 5. So James, this is going to be so fun. I hope so. I hope it's going to be fun. I mean, it's supposed to be a party, right? Like, but it's hard to know how to organize a virtual party. Like, how do you make it fun and make it feel festive? If you know, I don't know. It took several months of planning, and all of my and Brigitte and Grog's combined creativity to come up with the solution for all of this. So, first of all, thank you so much to Brigitte because she was instrumental in helping orchestrate all of this. And to Grog for agreeing to do a cooking stream of his own as an incentive. All right, so I'm going to turn these off because I don't necessarily want to be cluttering up the space. and we will obviously talk more about that on Friday. Is this a Leathon? It is. It is essentially a Leathon. Hi, Gotti. How are you? So not today. Today we're taking place in MSVCon, which I'll throw out. Some information about that. And we'll be having a raid come in here in about 7 minutes with all of the participants in this virtual convention. But we are talking right now. We are talking about what's going to be happening next Friday, which is my second streamiversary. I'm going to take advantage of the occasion and try to do a fundraiser for World Central Kitchen, which is a charity run by he's actually local. He's a local chef to me, and so I heard about this very early on in its days. They were instrumental in providing relief in Haiti. And during some flooding in Pakistan, and obviously they've been in the Ukraine for a couple of years now, working with folks there to provide food relief, and then now Palestine. Some of their most notable things, but it's a really cool organization because they prioritize working with local ingredients. So they do their best not to contribute to the climate crisis, because that's their other focus, is dealing with mainly disasters that come as a result of climate change, and then also working with local businesses to help keep their local economies rolling during periods of disaster. So local restaurants, emergency kitchens, food trucks are things that local food trucks and things that they utilize in order to be able to continue sort of feeding people over the course of natural disasters. So very cool. Wait, okay. Sunny got to be Tipsy's bot. Stream Elements said no, so now they're being supported by Streamflare. We have done that here. Every once in a while, one of the bots is like, yeah, nah. In fact, that's why most of my stuff, I still have like a very small sliver of things that are at Stream Elements, but there was there's a very small sliver of things that are still there. But because Stream Elements was so heckin' unreliable, I've basically moved almost everything over to Lumia. So everything that's happening today is through Lumia. So yes, speaking of which, as a reminder, this is what we are doing today. So I just threw out the thing for MSVCon, which you guys can see what's the full list of presenters there and all that. And then as I said, there is also a full convention happening on Discord. The Discord there is 18+. Make sure that you go through all of the onboarding process so that you're sure to be able to gain access to the entire server if you want to join the shenanigans over there. I promise you, it's a bunch of really, really nice people. Really nice, really creative, really kind people that I am privileged to have gotten to know via. Actually, it's so funny that Tipsy's rating me, because Tipsy is the way that I met Tipsy Tiger was Tipsy coming into one of my Stardew Valley streams and saying, "Oh hey, this is almost as bonkers as the place where I typically hang out. Let me go see if any of those people want to come hang out here." And so that was kind of my introduction to the MSV community, and look where we are now. Also, as I said, there is merch for the con, which I think is just absolutely adorable, and will help. This is, you guys. I used to, so I actually used to do events for a living. I did events for my alma mater for a year after graduation. I moved into doing some political organizing that involved a lot of event planning, and then ended up in marketing. First association management and then marketing before I quit to have my own job. And so I know how much work something like this takes. I've just given the number of people, presenters involved on Twitch and on Discord, and the number of staff that that Cherney has recruited to do all of this. This has been a heckin' full-time job for months, and Cherney has about 3 full-time jobs, or 4. Maybe even. So if you are at all inclined and any of those items appeal to you, then and you would like a little commemorative souvenir of the day, I'm sure that would be most appreciated on Cherney's end. Paul, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. How are things? How are you? It's good to see you. Jane, it says it's so weird hanging out while I'm not at work. I know. Isn't it weird? You know, it's funny because when, first of all, oh yeah, right. That's the other thing. Hold on. I have another thing. There's another thing. Here's the other thing. The other thing is, Brigitte and I were doing a bit of plotting, this morning. And if you are not, following Brigitte, I encourage you highly to drop her a follow there, because we have plans, big plans and dreams for next Saturday. So while I had been trying to kind of fill in the gap on Saturdays when I wasn't working, then poor geek, that we will go. We're going to be going ahead and streaming together a little bit on Saturday mornings going forward. So. Some random geek is at work right now. I'm sorry. But Jane is not. So it's good that some of us aren't, because that's poopy. Yeah, and the merch is adorable. It really is. Yeah, and you know what? And it's so funny because, like, when I actually go to cons, I mean, the last con I went to, I think I did buy a t-shirt, and I sleep in it. It's like it's a Game Hole Con t-shirt from Madison, Wisconsin. And so I was like, this is my first con presentation. I'm getting a t-shirt. Little nostalgic, Leah. Actually, Grog, do you mind refilling my water really quick? Like super thirsty. Gareki says nice to have a concrete reminder of it.
Can I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
One of the very few things that Stream Elements still doesn't look tipsy. It's broken for everyone. Catchy Cantrips, Lady Durfadoo, Big Growth Walker, Leaked Prism, Rune Lunaris, Cherney, Tipsy, Knob, Candy Coated Reality, Bearded Baldy, Vampire Bites, Goose Town, who was here twice now. Hi, hello. Purple Kara. Hi, hello. Welcome all of you to the Fire Household. we're gonna do some follows, I guess. Thank you, you guys. Blue Kate, hi, hello, welcome to here. It's really unfortunate that my own alert always makes me laugh, because then I laugh every time somebody follows me. I'm not laughing at you all. I'm laughing at the alert. Swedish Chef, yes, it is. Oh, and some random geek came along too. Amazing. Sunny's Villagers Leah is fantastic. 12 out of 10 would follow again. Thank you, Sunny. Oh, okay, and Des has done a shout out for Tipsy Tiger, which is amazing, because even though I have a button, I didn't remember to do that. Hello and welcome. I gather that you have all been welcomed to MSVCon 2024, but welcome to here. I'm Leah Fireheart. I typically do a lot of cooking here on this channel, but today we're going to be playing some Stardew Valley and talking about friendship. Tipsy, as I was saying earlier before you guys raided in, Tipsy was actually my introduction to the Mountain Shade Village. Tipsy came into one of my Stardew streams during a particularly momentous day. I don't. It might have been the day we hit some pun milestone or something. Chat was on a roll. It was complete chaos. It was complete chaos, and yes, it's definitely the Swedish Chef. And so, and Tipsy was like, this is great here. I'm telling everyone I know. And then Tipsy proceeded to tell everyone I know that it was great. Everyone she knows that it was great here. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, that was fun. I started slowly following folks that I met through Tipsy and Journey. And that's how we ended up here. But Tipsy sort of, I think, streams kind of off and on, I mean, not necessarily on an exactly regular schedule, but is also a huge fan of cozy games. In fact, today was playing Wildflowers. How did that go? How did your stream go? Thank you for the raid, even though I know it was scheduled. Sarah, hi. I'm here now. You can start. Sarah, I have bad news for you. And Jimbity Bim Bim. Hi. Thank you for Where's the overlay? This is fine. Nothing's broken. It's fine. Everything's fine. Hi. Hello. I'm really glad that you guys are here. Thanks for coming to hang out. You broke all the things. I didn't break all the things. I think Stream Elements broke all the things, actually, if I'm honest. What in God's name is going on here? I mean, I'm probably not even gonna try to fix this at the moment, because is it really worth it? I don't know. Probably not. But thank you so much to all of you for the follows. I appreciate it. Stream Elements has the virtual con crud. Yes, I managed to somehow pick up the con crud on Thursday. I ended up with a fever for a couple of days. That was fun. That was great. We love that. But I'm feeling better today, thankfully. I literally like laid on my sofa and just chilled for like all of yesterday, or at least I was supposed to be chilling for all of yesterday, and instead what I did was, what, I don't know what that button does. Now I'm all confused. Journey says, you seem very bright-eyed for having been sick most of the week. I can't help it. I push the go live button and I go on like a light bulb. It's just what happens. I mean, you know, you're an actor, like, you understand, like, this is the way this works. I'm not saying I'm acting. I am who I am how I am. But when I go live, I can't help but, like, there's a boost, you know? There's an energy boost. However, I did do a little bit of work yesterday because I wanted to make sure that I got the details of all of this out. So you can read that for a moment while I make sure that we throw out. Wait, I don't even have to do this. I have buttons for this. To make sure that I throw out some links for all y'all. First of all, the MSVCon link, which we've thrown out a few times. But all of the full list of presenters is there at mountainshadevillage.com. And there's some other little fun things there, like links to the badge, which has additionally schedules of Discord and Twitch presenters. And then also a link to the Mountain Shade Village Discord that I was just talking up, full of wonderfully kind and talented people. There's something going on there all the time, literally practically all the time, something scheduled. It's a really lively and supportive and wonderful place. And I highly recommend y'all join, not just because you're going to be able to go see all the Discord presenters, but because I think you guys will just enjoy it there on a regular basis anyway. Last but not least, the convention merch that I was just talking about. My tank top that I'm so excited has shipped. I'm sad that I couldn't have gotten it for today, but that's okay. Maybe it's not cool to be a presenter wearing the con merch. Like, it's not cool to be a band wearing the band's merch. Is that a thing? Is that why? That's probably why. Yeah, we probably shouldn't do that because we want to be cool, right? We're so concerned about being cool, all of us. Yes, but I did throw out that give link because I am in fact going to be doing a fundraiser of my own for my second streamiversary, which is taking place next Friday, March 1st. Yes, I've been at this for 2 heckin' years. So we're going to be raising some money for World Central Kitchen that specializes in disaster food relief, prioritizing utilizing local ingredients and local people to distribute and make all of that food assistance. They're currently most active all over the world, but primarily in the Ukraine right now and Palestine. So if those are also things that are important to you, come back on Friday because we will be raising some money for them via some fun incentives and other like per donation incentives, and then also kind of some communal goals. We're going to attempt to raise $500 for them on Friday. Leaked Prism says, "Oh, really? I'm gonna wear last year's hoodie when I present in the Discord." See though, here's the thing, Linked Prism. So here's the thing. Last year's Discord says I'm OG, okay? And being OG is always cool. So you don't have to worry about it. It's just this year's. This year's just says I'm an arriviste. So, yeah. Goosetown just literally put the merch on. Yeah, okay. So also, we're not that concerned about being cool. Lady Durfadoo says, "Unfortunately, I cannot stay, but have fun today, y'all. Thank you so much for popping in and saying hey. It was really nice to meet you, and thank you for the follow." Sunny says, "I should make myself an MSVCon staff shirt." Oh my god. Yes. For people that have like those fancy printers that you can like print, I mean, I don't, maybe it's fancy paper. I don't know. I know that there's like transfer paper that you can use that you could like put like a, you know what I mean? Get like a regular thing and then do like a staff. Be very cool. Sunny does still see. I said
what
that.
What kind of dog is he?
He's French. With
yes, this is the doggo. Yes, this is Chester. Chester, can you sit up here? Can you look? He's a little bit covered by the MSVCon participant badge. We can move that. Oh, nope, that's the wrong thing. That's not the right thing. Maybe we can't move the MSVCon badge. I don't know. Whatever. There is a treat Chester redeem, and Chester will absolutely sit up for a treat. So there's that. All right, hold on a second. Chester A. Arthur, the 21st President of the United States. Yes. Actually, so Chester was the name he came with, and we thought it suited him. So yes, Chester's middle name is A, for Arthur. Chester Arthur. And I won't tell you our actual last name, but Chester has a monogrammed tote bag with his initials on it. We like our dog a little bit. Right. Now that all y'all have arrived, I was gonna wait to start this until after our first ad break, but I'm gonna go ahead and give me a second here. Let's turn that off to make sure that this doesn't get all messed up. I'm gonna go ahead and boot up the game because I didn't do that yet. And we'll talk a little bit about Stardew and what we're going to talk about today. Leaked Prism only knows that because of Die Hard 3. I really hope none of my regulars are here or listening, because every time I say something like this, they're like, "Oh, there's our next movie night." I don't think I've ever seen Die Hard all the way through, and I definitely haven't seen Die Hard 3. It's like Die Hard is like one of those movies that I may have seen like pieces of non-sequentially on various cable channels and at various friends' houses over the years. cable channels. I'm dating myself again. But I don't know that I've ever actually sat down and like said, I'm gonna watch Die Hard and like watched all of Die Hard. I don't think that happened. Some random geek knows of Chester A. Arthur because of The Simpsons. Yeah, Jane says there's our next movie night. Some random geek says the first Die Hard is awesome. Jane hasn't seen it either. Grog says come up to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs. What? Is that what that's from? Oh my God, really? Oh my God. All right. Leaked Prism has them all on DVD. I went through 2 VHS of Die Hard because I watched it so much. Sunny hasn't seen them either. Some random geeks' first Die Hard is one of the best Christmas movies. Yes. All right. I have the game open, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to our gaming scene. Now I know what a TV dinner feels like. Yes, so Brigitte is correct. My moderator and friend is correct that I am the horrible person who turns off the Stardew music. I love it. I think it's very good. It's just it distracts me. Nobody's debating about the Christmas moviness of Die Hard. So I have, first of all, I will say that I have a lot of Stardew Valley saves. A lot. We're gonna scroll down just because we can. All of our Stardew Valley saves. Because during the pandemic, I tried to, and I did succeed eventually, in 100%ing Stardew Valley within 2 in-game years. So those of you who know the game know that it isn't actually possible to complete the game in less time than that, because there's one thing that you need to do that you don't get until the last day of the second year. And so to try to get everything into that small little window of time was a lot, and it took me a lot of saves, but it gave me something to do. Some Random Geeks says another excellent Christmas movie is Tokyo Godfathers. You do have more saves than me. I only have 12. Have I done the Jojo Mart run? Yes, the Jojo Mart run is this one. It's called Sellout Farm. I wanted the achievement, okay? All right, so the only achievement I don't have in Stardew Valley is the ones that are associated with the in-game mini games, the little mini, the Journey of the Prairie King and the cart Junimo cart game. I don't play those. Some Random Geek says I feel dirty doing the Jojo run. I 100% also feel dirty doing the Jojo run. I basically did the thing and then immediately noped out of the whole save. I was like, nope, not doing that. All right, so let's get into our save. I will show you guys the little bit of the house. A little bit of the house. And then the way that we do ad breaks here, in order to keep everything as warm and welcoming as possible and to make sure that folks who are not subscribed to the channel don't miss anything, we take a 3-minute break every hour. Subscribers will see something that won't be me. And then folks who are not subscribed may see some ads. But what's good about that is taking a break enables us to offer the same content to everyone more or less as we can. So here's the house. And then we're gonna go ahead and take a quick little break as soon as we've just done a little quick tour. I'm just gonna run around and show you guys a little bit of what I have here. It's fairly extensive. We'll do a more in-depth tour when we come back, but here's your little sneak peek. This is your cliffhanger. Don't go hanging on cliffs, people. It's not a good idea. And Leaked Prisms says, gotta go, food calls, enjoy stream, I hope to get back later. I hope you get back later too, but if you don't, it was nice to see you here, and welcome. Enjoy your food. Okay, so let's quickly talk to Krobus. We have Krobus as our roommate. Krobus, what do you have to say for yourself? Now that winter's over, we've got lots of productive weather to look forward to. Productive weather. Weather is productive. Okay. All right, cool. Awesome. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and give us a little pause. And then as I said, we'll show a few minutes of ads. Knob says, I was settling in. Is this your main save that you opened? I don't have a main save. I have 22 saves in Stardew Valley. This is my stream save, the one that I played on stream. So this is the one that I completed 100% perfection on stream in like October, I think. I think it was October. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause this. And I'm gonna go ahead and switch us over to do a few ads. And yeah, and then when we come back, we will start the main bulk of the presentation. So hang tight, hang in there. I'll be back in 3 minutes. You won't miss anything. Be right back. So this is fun. I broke something. So I can't actually see anything in OBS. it's fine. This is fine. I'm sure this is fine. Whatever. So this is fine. Everything's fine. Right. So, but you know what? I looked at the stream and everything's working. So we're just gonna proceed as if everything was fine. So let's see. Leave the clip hanging to Sylvester Stallone, yeah. Some random geek says I don't have a main save either. I have 12 save. Knob says that I'll call that the main. Okay, actually, let me back out of this really quick because hold on a second. I wanna show you guys because it's really not true because this one is in spring of year 4. I played almost all the way through like I think fall of year 3 on stream. I would say probably this one is the one that I would consider to be my main save. It's probably I think this was my second one. I have actual kiddos. I can't remember who I'm married to. But this is the original Harvey. Yeah, this is the original main save. So yeah, my approach to all of this has changed somewhat. Okay. Right. So this one's probably my main save. And definitely my oldest. That one is like year 8, I think. Yeah, so that one's probably the one that's the most developed of all of them. That was the one that I actually had to go and yeah, that was the one I did. I think that was the one. I don't think that was the one from 2016. I think that was the one from 20. Oh, actually, you know what? I think that was the one from 2016. And then I had to go back in when the new update came out and like do all the things, which took a while because I was not optimized at all. Not in the way that I optimize a Stardew Valley farm now. Yeah, this is the only save I've ever played on stream. This one is the only one. I also played Stardew with my moderator, Brigitte, aka Byron Mask. I'll do another shout out for Byron Mask. And we would play together every Monday for a while, for a long time, like almost a year. And then she had to take a little streaming hiatus. And she's gonna be back Saturday, so drop her a follow too. And so we did play together. Do you have something different to tell me today? No, you don't. This is what you had to say to me earlier. Right. So this is the way that my house looks now. I have done this for a while. I've got my little fish room here, my little bedroom. Obviously I have Krobus as a roommate, so we have Krobus's little Krobus house here. I have our little office with the farm computer. By the way, I'm sorry if anyone got rated in here and doesn't want to see late game Stardew content, but this is as late as it gets. I've finished the game, so here's your warning, I guess. So I have my farm computer, a little telephone, calendar. I made a little museum in my house because they keep giving you things that I don't really know what to do with, and so those things all ended up there. While we were waiting to make all the money that we needed for perfection, I was collecting hats. So I have almost all of the hats. That's a thing. We were making outfits to go with the hats. So we were doing a lot of sewing and doing different things. Making different shirts and pants and dresses and stuff. I started collecting all the boots so that I would have shoes to go with my outfits. And I had too many rings. At one point, I've sold off some of them, but I had too many rings to keep track of for a while to put them in a dresser, and so they just ended up being there. So this is, and then the basement. The basement is just a regular functional basement that has like casks in it. Because I was trying to make a bunch of money. So when I first started playing Stardew Valley, it was a result of kind of another online community that I was a part of. One that unfortunately fell apart in a dramatic and tragic way, which sometimes happens to online communities. But the friend who recommended it is actually he's an interesting guy. He's a queer romance author who writes largely the full spectrum of LGBTQ romance. Obviously not so much with the aromantic romance. But I don't actually know if he's done any ace characters. But he does he's had poly books, he's had books featuring non-binary characters. Anyway, he's a terrific writer. His name's Alexis Hall. No, no, his name is Alexis Hall. And he writes everything from contemporary romance, historical romance, and my favorite series of his, which was Prosperity and then Liberty and Other Stories, is kind of a steampunk Cthulhu-esque cosmic horror romance. So if any of that sounds interesting, I have a Discord link, and I can find, if you want to join my Discord or tag me in the MSV Discord, I'm happy to share links to titles if that sounds interesting to anyone. But that's kind of how I got introduced to Stardew Valley. He basically said, "This is a great game and you should play it." And I was like, "Okay, I generally trust your recommendations on things." And I went in and I started to play it. And I was like, "Wow, okay, so this game, huh? It's like having an entire little life inside your computer with like chores and stuff." I don't want a whole little life inside my computer. I want a whole little life outside my computer. And so I was like, yeah, I think I'm done with this one. I think I made it through maybe spring year one and kind of dropped it and didn't go back to it. Also, what happened in 2016 is we moved to, yes, that is correct. Nob Nob has that right. Yeah. So what happened was that, and then we moved to London for 6 months, right? So I deliberately left all of my game controllers at home because I wanted to experience, probably as a result of feeling like I wanted a little life outside my computer, wanting to make sure that I was taking advantage of the most that London had to offer. And so I didn't play any games while we were there at all. I just spent the time touring around and looking at things and meeting people and volunteering, and it was great. So fast forward to 2020. Right. And which, by the way, if you guys play Stardew, or if you discovered Stardew, how did you discover it? How long have you been playing? I want to hear y'all's Stardew stories too. They wrote boyfriend material. Yes. I was bad and assumed the author used she, her, seeing the cover. Yeah. No. It's actually Alexis is, as far as I know, at the time was definitely using he, him pronouns. He and I don't talk as often anymore, but we do occasionally still talk. As far as I know, that hasn't changed. It might be he, they, but I think it's still he, him. And definitely assigned male at birth author. With a male partner in life. So Alexis wrote boyfriend material. Boyfriend material apparently took off. This was much, much earlier than that. We've known each other for a really long time. So when we moved to London and then we came back and then 2020 happened and I was like, now might be a time to pick up that game again. Needing a life and being willing to have one inside my computer because that was really the only option at the time. Their author website about section doesn't say any pronouns. I think they might do that. Says any pronouns. Okay, got it. All right, got it. Perfect. Love that. Thank you, actually, because that's not how it used to be. So I appreciate the update. Right. So here's the thing. Actually, wait. Let me pause this because I don't want to like run out of day. So what happened was, you know, I guess some of that feeling, right? Some of that feeling of feeling like I wanted to have a life outside my computer is coming as kind of a, and we were talking about this earlier. We were talking about my age, talking about how I 100%ed high school in 1996. Normally, that's not something I share so freely, but it is what it is. Not because I'm embarrassed by my age, but because I think it's actually safer to not talk about ages online, really, generally speaking. But it is relevant to the conversation. And so growing up, at least for me, and this has changed so much. I can't even stress how much this has changed. But and not in every quarter, of course. Obviously, there are still holdouts. But when I was growing up, gaming was largely considered antisocial behavior. Like you were going to sit by yourself in a computer. People who had very terrible reputations, people, especially PC gamers, people who spent a lot of time fiddling with their electronics and playing these little silly games, and people who met other people on the internet were not to be trusted, right? And it's so funny to me how far we've come from that. In most cases, right? There are still little holdout corners of the world that still feel that way, but it was amazing. But it's amazing to me how much that feeling has altered. I mean, part of it was the pandemic, but also it's just been a long time coming. It's been 25 years of online culture in the making, right? That has taken us from there to here. Some Random Geek says, I think I started in 2021. I think I saw a friend played it or just had the game and finally started playing it over 850 hours later. Yeah, I don't want to talk about how many hours I have in Stardew Valley because it doesn't really count. Basically, I didn't close it for all of 2020. I just kind of kept it here, paused, like this, on my computer all the time. I never turned off my computer. I never turned off Stardew Valley. I just got up in the morning and played Stardew. Brigitte says, I mean, stomping on turtles and smashing bricks sounds antisocial. Opting out says, please stop describing me. Grog says, if you're the turtle or turtle birdle, yes. Des is so violent. What about the children? Oh my God, we're still dealing with so violent. What about the children? Holy heck. Jane says, I've only played a little Stardew, but I keep starting over, so I have a bunch of saves. Yeah. So the thing is that like, the idea of gaming as kind of a solitary pursuit for people who didn't have real friends was very much a thing that had taken hold in the culture, right? Like that was a thing that had to be overcome through, years and years of gamers and people finding different kinds of games and stuff. And I've seen TTRPGs kind of undergo a similar evolution in the course of my lifetime, where like somebody like Vin Diesel admits to playing Dungeons and Dragons and everybody goes, really? Okay, then. Grog says the children we train to chase and tackle each other in sports, those children. Candy Coded Reality says, listen, I want to love this game, but I feel like I can't get level ups and I'm frustrated. Here's the other, and we'll take a brief diversion. There are lots of mods for Stardew. They are very easy to install, and some of the things that other games that have come out since then are things like an XP system. So there is an XP system in Stardew. It just counts it behind the scenes. There are mods that will show you how close you are to leveling up to the next level. So that is a thing. And we could talk about that offline if you want, because not to say that you ever have to love Stardew. Nobody has to love anything that I love. It's fine. But there are options. This is an entirely vanilla playthrough because I was just playing, for the first time on stream, and I just wanted it to be what it was. Some Random Geek says, I start over Jane says, I've picked the same outfit every time without realizing it. That's funny. Some Random Geek says, I start over my games many, many more times than actually beating games. Sunny says, I have 4 saves now. The first I got was summer 2024. Summer year 1. Brigitte says, please tell me more about those clean sports. guys are funny. Oh, Candy Coated Reality Show said I only have it on the Switch. Aha, I see. I was actually kind of thinking about it would be fun to like do a Stardew Valley giveaway at the end of this, and then I didn't do it because I was like, who doesn't have Stardew Valley that wanted it? You know, we did talk about it. We did talk about how it's like $15 on PC, which is amazing. But if you don't have a PC, that doesn't help. And yeah, you definitely cannot mod your Switch, unfortunately. Right. So then hold on a second. Let me just hold on a second. So I think I didn't necessarily avoid gaming as a result of that reputation, but I definitely as a person who played sports and had other hobbies and interests and was involved in a lot of like clubs and things and then had a very busy active career. I just had never really gravitated to it. And so it was in 2020 when Stardew Valley really did sort of keep me sane. It sounds like an exaggeration, but it kept me at a time when I was pretty much separated from my business. I'm a vintage reseller. I do mostly in-person pop-ups. I did and was able to sell some online, which was great, but that didn't take nearly the amount of time. I couldn't go out sourcing, obviously. And so we were home like everyone else, right? And it really did kind of keep me feeling like my existence had purpose. And I was like, okay, all right, I see you. This is maybe more of an interesting thing than I had ever given it credit for. Leah was a jock. Yes. Leah would not have bullied you in high school because Leah is not a bully, Brigitte. I did. I played way more than softball. I played softball, I played volleyball, I played basketball. I was the first girl on my schools, in my county's Babe Ruth league. So I played baseball for a while. I definitely like my sports. Wait a second. Leah bullies you now. I think that's pretty much usually the other way around, I'm sorry to say. Did you see the thing she made this morning? Yes, I realize that I'm the one throwing things, but come on now. She made the video. So that was how I found Stardew Valley. And what's funny about Stardew is that that's what brought me to Twitch. So round about the end of 2020, I was like, okay, we're still here. We're still mostly stuck inside. Grog had gone back to work because he was an essential employee and had to. And I was still kind of looking for my purpose. And at that point, the 1.5 update for Stardew Valley dropped. And I played a bunch of that, and then I went looking for some content to keep me from playing that. So I went to YouTube and I found some content creators who played Stardew Valley. And instead of me playing Stardew Valley, I watched them play Stardew Valley while I attempted to get my life back offline. And so that was how I kind of went into like looking for content creators who make gaming content. And one of those content creators, somebody who doesn't make videos anymore, he's not on Twitch anymore, he doesn't do anything, was planning his very first Twitch live stream. And I was like, what the heck is Twitch? Like, that sounds like, it sounds like the old stereotypical version of people's worst perception of gamers. Like, I don't get it. Like, why would you name a website that? And so I went, but I followed him onto Twitch, and I made an account, and I watched his stuff. And then I found some other stuff and some other people that I don't follow anymore who have stopped streaming, who made primarily Stardew Valley content. Which, by the way, how did you guys find Twitch? Like, what is your Twitch origin story? I'm curious about all these stories because this was like something that was just so completely outside my experience that it never would have occurred to me to even go looking for it, much less that it existed. Some random geek started playing Stardew with the 1.5 update. Okay. Brigitte says, my ex recommended Stardew, so I downloaded it on the Switch about 2019. Aha! Catchy Cantrips. Hi. Which, by the way, you guys, Catchy Cantrips is the person we're going to be raiding into in a few minutes. Hold on a second. There we go. There's a shout out for you. But we will definitely be we'll be talking more about them very soon here. Sunny found Twitch through a friend I made in another friend's server, which I had joined because she was cool, and met her through my Rainbow Six Siege cosplay days. Catchy Cantrip started Twitch drawing when a friend said I should join. Jane says, I have an IRL friend who streams and he invited me to watch one day. Turns out his content wasn't for me, but I decided to come check out Twitch again a few months later. And now here I am. Yeah, you're a moderator. You have responsibilities in Twitch. Oh my goodness. Some random geek says, I think I knew of Twitch before, but started hanging out more on Twitch because of BreadTube, more or less. What is BreadTube? Des says, I feel like I knew about Twitch forever, but it wasn't until Sims YouTube creator started streaming on Twitch that I started being on Twitch. Last playing D&D. Yes, you guys, Catchy Cantrips is tailor-made for us, but as I said, we'll talk about them in a bit. So drop them a follow, though, if you think you might not be able to stick around till 4, because so many of you guys, TTRPG content, coming out their collective ears over there, and you guys will enjoy them. They're great people. Knob says, one of my college friends streamed on Twitch. They still do, but we aren't in college anymore, and that's how I learned about Twitch. Okay, that's fair. Opting Out says, the Ottawa GMB of the Industrial Workers of the World does a May Day stream on Twitch, so I watched that. Least surprising Twitch origin story ever, and yet I was still surprised. Jane says, glad I came back because I've met some of my best friends here. Yeah. Brigitte says, I'm surprised Star Baker Leah doesn't know about BreadTube. I don't bake bread, Brigitte, like ever. Some random geek says BreadTube is a thing. I have opinions on BreadTube, but it's a story. That's fair. Sunny says, I'll try to shape my brain back into brain shape before then. BreadTube is kind of close to that. Okay, interesting. It's not the edible kind of bread. Oh, like money tube? Is that what you mean? Anyway, right. So that was kind of how I discovered Twitch. And over the course of the period of a few months, I had my little Twitch orientation with all the Stardew people, and I was like, all these Stardew people are very cute, but they're very much a lot of them were very much, don't take this the wrong way, but it isn't me, okay? It's not a me thing, which is, you know, the very pastel, cozy creator, ooh style streamer, okay? And that's fine, but I have tended to gravitate to spaces since then that are not that. And so over time I sort of abandoned those communities as I kind of felt like these people are not really, like, these are not my people. And over time I did stumble into some people who were so very much my people. There have been a couple of communities that I've been absolutely just, I don't want to say blessed, but honored to be a part of. Just people who have taught me so much when it comes to self-awareness, justice, giving yourself and others space in which to learn and grow, opportunities in which to do so, both as people, as creators, as gamers. I've been introduced to, interestingly, back to the age thing. I've been dragged into some communities that are typically significantly younger than I am, because the vast majority, I mean, I have found a group of adult content creators, right? People who are around my age, and a lot of the people who watch me, I feel like are generally speaking to be kind of around my age. And that's lovely. But one of the things that I really like is being introduced to music and slang and ideas and ways of looking at the world that I wouldn't necessarily be exposed to within the realm of kind of my like high school, college, adult cohort, right? And it's been really nice because I think there are definitely ways in which younger generations, people who are younger than me, have some things figured out that I'm still learning. And I think the converse is also true, right? I'm sure there are things that I know that would be news to some folks. And actually, it's really funny. A friend of mine described me just a couple of days ago as having big sister energy, and I was like, okay, all right, yep, I get it. I get it. But it has been really. It's been. I think the thing that's been most educational to me in terms of being in this space is being able to make friends specifically friends who are younger than I am, because the way in which they approach issues of racial justice, LGBTQ justice, geopolitical questions that I didn't think about from the same perspective. It's just been incredibly enlightening and enriching for me. And I'm just incredibly grateful that I somehow managed to stumble into some of these spaces full of these absolutely lovely, wonderful, caring, considerate people who care so much about so many things and so much about each other. I think I can say definitively that I've literally never been a part of a community like the ones that I'm a part of now in my life, and I discovered it through this thing that has kind of this like that for most of my life had kind of this antisocial reputation. Like we're so far from that. Okay, hold on. I deliberately didn't look at chat while I was trying to talk about that, because I knew it was gonna completely derail my thought process. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. Okay. So Catchy Cantrip says bread tube. I love bread, but what's this? Oh, not food. Okay. Knob learned about Stardew from the same friend because they played Stardew. Opting out says I'm familiar with bread tube. I did some editing for Mexi and Catherine. Not sure if they technically count though. Geek says BreadTube is about the conquest of bread by Peter Kropotkin, the anarchist community and the classic anarchist writing. Okay. BreadTube or LeftTube is a loose and informal group of online content creators who create video content, including video essays and live streams from socialist, social democratic, communist, anarchist, and other left-wing perspectives. Okay. Turney says the vibes were not vibing. The vibes were not vibing. Exactly. Sunny says unfollows for being cozy pastel uwu streamer. This is a joke. Yeah, and again, I don't have any, like, I love that those spaces exist because that is what some people need for real, right? But it's not what I need. I need a little bit more of a bite. Okay. Brigitte prefers Toast Tube. Geek says BreadTube is really just a fandom of any vaguely leftist and leftish content on YouTube. Mexi and Catherine are actually leftists. They count. It sounds like you guys have some people in common. I love that. Sunny was a theater kid. Gorecki says I'm old school. They like inner tube. Geek says if I express all my thoughts on BreadTube, it will be an essay. You do that on your channel. Opting out says make it a video essay and upload it to ... Knob says imagine Leah finding out I'm about half their age. That's the thing that's so great though, right? That's the thing that's so great because gaming is so integral and so normal, right? For people who grew up with it, right? I grew up with an NES, like the original NES, okay? That I played at a friend's house. My brother had an Atari. We had 3 games, and one of them was the Star Wars game, Duck Hunt. that might have been a Nintendo game. Anyway, we had Duck Hunt. That was the extent of my gaming experience for the most part. Sunny's is also very amused that you're the second person to bring this up today. Leah, you talk about politics recently. I do occasionally talk about politics. Yes, I do. Vandervision, thank you for the hydrate. Oh my God. I've been avoiding my bot. But when you talk constantly for half an hour, you really should have more water than that, Leah. Brigitte says, actually, I've decided I prefer cinnamon roll tube. And Des says that's also her favorite. Des, talk about my rolls like that. And Brigitte says, Leah, Duck Hunt is not a Star Wars game. I think both of them might have involved the pistol, though. They might have involved the thing. I think Duck Hunt, I think that's a reason why I conflate them. I think you used a blaster thing on the, anyway, whatever. Literally, this was my brother's thing, okay? This was not my thing. It was very limited. Jane says Duck Hunt is fun. Gronk says Star Wars is a Duck Hunt game. Some random geek grew up with the Atari 2600 with Return of the Jedi and many others, and the NAS with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Gauntlet and many others. Pretty sure ours was an Atari 2600. Yes. Some random geek says I've been playing video games since I had fingers. And my brother did. My brother played more games than I do. He had like mostly sports related games, football and baseball and that kind of thing. But I just never, I was doing other stuff. Grog says Choplifter. If you know what that is, you're my people. Sunny says my brother started out with Game Boy Colors, then a Game Boy Advanced. I got a Game Boy Advanced SP, and we got a GameCube and eventually a Wii. I did have a GameCube briefly, but I got rid of it for basically the same reason that I stopped playing Stardew, which was that I had Animal Crossing, and I needed to break the addiction. So I did have a few things. Before Stardew, I also played Dragon Age. I played the Dragon Age series, and I had been kind of looking for something Dragon Age like, and I ended up buying Skyrim, which I hated, and then Stardew, and then after that, I just stopped playing games until the pandemic. Geek says my brothers and I play Gauntlet with our mother on the NES. Jane says I learned how to game on the NES. Kirby was my thing. Blue Warrior needs food badly. Green Elf shot the food. You did not hate Skyrim. I didn't hate I didn't hate Skyrim. Skyrim confused me. I lost track of the main plot. I couldn't figure out what the story was, and I gave up. I didn't hate it. Like, I played a fair bit of it. I played like 100 hours of it, but I got confused and gave up. Apparently open world games, not so much for Leah, which still remains true. I'm not like a Zelda person. I'm not super interested in super open world games. I kind of like a little bit more direction. Jane says I tried Skyrim, maybe motion sick before I knew I could change to third person, and then I just got lost. Candy Coated Reality says there is no main plot to Skyrim. It's just open and fields of possibility. That sounds like terrifying to me. Does this especially when you come back to it after a month or so. And I think that was the problem. I also wasn't like playing it all the way through. Right. So after about a year, no, 2 years. So I found Twitch in December of 2020. I followed the first people that I would consider to be my first really truly serious group of friends in maybe winter, early spring of 2021. And by about October of that year, I had gotten a Switch. I had gotten an Elgato capture card. And I was very busily streaming Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing into my friends' Discords. I didn't know that was what I was doing. I thought I was looking for opportunities to play games with my friends the way I saw my friends playing games with other people on stream. What I didn't realize is that my brain was settling into this idea. See, before the pandemic, and actually I did quit before the pandemic hit. I quit the October before the pandemic started in 2020. But I was a professional baker. And one of the other places where I really found strong community was at the restaurant. And I did quit that job largely because it was sapping my will to live, and go out on my own as a vintage reseller, which is something that I had done for a while, but I just hadn't seriously tried to do it full time. Once I discovered that I could do that, I was like, okay, let's get rid of the thing that's sucking my will to live. Let's try that. And so, but by the time we got into 2021, 2022, and things were starting to open up, but I wasn't going to go back to work. I could see other people kind of reopening their lives and doing other things. And I really started to miss the restaurant community. I missed having people over for dinner. And a lot of my social circle just really wasn't ready to do that yet. And that was fine. I don't think I was really ready to do that yet, if I'm honest. But I was missing that level of community connection in a space that I could tailor myself. Because while I love my friends' spaces and love my friends, I did want to kind of be able to invite people over to my house. It's just like constantly going out or constantly going to your friends' houses. I was like, no, I want a space of my own that people can come to me for. And then the other thing is that I had developed relationships in kind of disparate spaces, right? I had kind of a community here and a community there and a community here, which I knew were going to have some overlap, right? I knew that there were going to be people who would really find each other funny. And so I really wanted to kind of try to nurture those connections. And I didn't really see an elegant way of doing it besides having my own space. And so I decided to go ahead and start a cooking show. I started with 2 cameras, and a Yeti mic, and OBS on my laptop. And when I look back at my raid video, at some of those first videos, there's one clip from, I think, my 3rd week of streaming. There's just stab, 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 stab. And I'm like, wow, camera's terrible, lighting's terrible. I was streaming at a lower quality because the laptop couldn't handle streaming at a higher quality. I wasn't streaming games yet. I'm so critical of myself, right? But who isn't? And so that was kind of how I got into streaming, was looking for a way to have my friends over to my house, and the firehouse, as it turns out now, and as a way of nurturing cross community connections. And I don't know if that's why everyone starts streaming, right? I feel like most people don't necessarily start streaming out of an existing community, although I do know some people who have. I feel like the majority of the stories that I hear when I talk to people out in the wild, like I literally ran into a dude at the Lego store and we were talking about Fortnite, and he was like, "Oh, you're on Twitch? Like you stream?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I'm on Twitch. I stream." And like he was like, "I'm just gonna stream Call of Duty because I'm going to stream Call of Duty," you know? Like, and so like that's kind of like it's a different origin story, right? Oh no. Okay, wait, hold on a second. Okay, so let me scroll back up here. Ooh. Okay, Some Random Geek says the video game systems I grew up with and or have: Atari 2600, Tandy 800, Radio Shack Color Computer, NES, SNES, N64, PlayStation, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Wii U, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS, PSP, PS Vita, PC, Switch, Xbox One, PlayStation, and Xbox Series X. That's amazing. You're a very much more experienced gamer than I am. Brigitte says, restaurants, you say? I have a story from when I worked at a restaurant. Brigitte, no. Oh, Andy, hi. Thank you for changing my lights to orange. That's Grog's favorite color. It's good to see you. How are you? We're telling stories today. Brigitte says, wait, we do cooking on this channel irregularly. Andy says you're an incredible person and I thoroughly enjoy your amazing streams. Also with Grog and Chester too. Thank you for being a true inspiration to many people. And here's to many, many more streams of happiness, positivity, and Grog being seasick. Actually, I'm the one who gets seasick. That's really funny. That's so lovely of you to say, Andy. I appreciate it. Some Random Geek says May 2020 was my first Twitch stream. I stream on YouTube a few times before that, though. I see. Brigitte started streaming when I got the hot tub. Alpine says the communities of Twitch are amazing, and I'm so glad that you have us over. Hi, Alpine. Sunny says this started in June 2021. We'd moved to the other side of the country, middle of nowhere, middle of the pandemic, and I just missed people. I missed social interaction, and most of all, I missed couch co-op, which is how I used to game with my brothers. So I decided to start streaming to have company while I gamed and not feel so alone. Similar. Des says I started July 2021. My youngest was getting ready to go back to school, and I was not ready to go back into the workforce, so I thought I'd try something that was way out of my comfort zone and expand my gaming experience. Hashtag Mama's Big Gaming Journey. Right, so I did the cooking streams for a while, and then I'm going to start running around my Stardew farm, and you guys can stop me. We're going to play Stardew the same way I played Stardew on stream for the entire time I streamed Stardew, and not pay a lot of attention to Stardew at all. But if there's something that you want to know, something that you see, you can holler and scream, and I will via the chat, obviously, and I will stop and show you things. Dee, hey, how are you? Welcome to here. You have stumbled upon MSVCon. We are doing an online virtual convention today in one of the loveliest communities that I am a part of. No, I take that back. They're all lovely communities, but MSV is a place that I have discovered more recently. So check out the Mountain Shade Village. It may be a place that you would enjoy hanging out too, knowing what I know about you and your interests. So when I decided to start, I wanted to be able to add a day of streaming content. I was streaming twice a week, but one of the things that I discovered about streaming a cooking show was that it resulted in a lot of food. If you're going to cook for 3 hours, right? You're gonna have a lot of food. And so I couldn't really add another day of cooking streams. And so I decided I'd like to do a gaming stream, and I decided to start with Stardew because I could run it from my laptop. It's not very graphic intensive, right? And then B, we upgraded this but didn't move anything around. That's okay. And then B, I'm not a very confident gamer. I didn't grow up gaming, as we've talked about. I didn't love the idea of failing repeatedly in public. Fast forward to now when we do that every Friday and it's literally built into the game. Because we're playing Hades. So when I decided to start doing a gaming stream, I was like, let's go with the thing that I'm most familiar with. And there is nothing that I'm more familiar with than Stardew Valley, because I have an embarrassingly large number of hours in Stardew Valley. They picked the flowers. Dang Junimos, don't pick the flowers. All right, fine, whatever. Ash, hi. The buildings are pink and green. Yes, all the buildings are pink and green. For those of you who don't know, one of the things that they included in that Concerned Ape included in the 1.5 update is he enabled painting buildings, so you can, or maybe it was 1.4. I can't remember. Do you see the fancy chicken? There's the fancy chicken. One of the things that he started was he let you go up to Robin's house and paint your buildings. So I turned all of them my stream colors, which are pink and green, because those are my favorite colors. And so yeah, this is like super duper, obviously late game, post game Stardew Valley content. We got all the things from all the things. And so, you know, being a not very confident gamer, and at that point, really not a very confident streamer, yet. I opted to start with kind of my comfort zone, to start with something that was comfortable to me. And so I just hold on, let me just, I think can I do it this way? I can do it that way. Cool. And that way you guys can actually just kind of see the screen instead of just seeing the pause menu. So yeah, so I just I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and Stardew kind of took me from the comfort zone, relative comfort zone of the cooking stream, and brought me into the gaming sphere. And the thing that's funny about that is actually I kind of feel like I started on hard mode, right? Because the funny thing about the cooking thing is, yes, it does give you kind of something to be doing and something to be talking about while you're doing it. But it's not necessarily as visually or auditorily engaging as a game, right? There are still people that I hang out with and follow and watch on a regular basis who don't really talk a whole lot. Which of course is like completely different to how my streams go, who kind of let the game to a large extent speak for themselves, right? And so like it actually ended up feeling a little bit easier to me once I started actually streaming a game, because I could let the music and the sound and, oh, speaking of which, did we lose game sound? I think we might have. Yeah. So it the like letting the game kind of speak for itself, I think might have been an easier way for me to start streaming. But I inadvertently, I don't know that I've ever necessarily taken the easy way, basically my entire life. Turney says, I was busy listening to you. I didn't notice if the game was quiet. Well, see, that's the thing, right? So one of the good things about feeling like I kind of started on hard mode, right, is that I was sort of not only the most interested in the people in the chat that was there in front of me, and interested in hearing about their stories, and interested in hearing their chaos and nonsense, which I have dutifully nurtured throughout my time as a streamer, to the point where we have just like so many running jokes. Could somebody throw out a command dirtle for me? That's probably the most recent one. Although those of you who were in Cherney's stream this morning will note, we gave Smokey the Welsh dragon a little accessory before we went live today. Because there's nothing I like better than a running joke. Tez's game definitely helps to keep those lull moments going. Attorney hears crickets. Okay. Chaos and nonsense in chat. Unheard of. Fake news. Brigitte referenced another one by talking about the time that she worked in a restaurant. This actually didn't even start in my stream either. Sort of bridging the gaps between the sometimes very small gaps between our various streaming spaces. That actually started in Dez's stream. No, that one started in Pie's stream. God, that's been a long time, hasn't it? But yeah, so it's fun to have kind of running jokes and community building things that occur across people's streaming spaces. It's one of the things I like best, and one of the things that I love about raids. One of the things that's happened as I've gotten to have kind of a larger audience is that I get occasionally people asking me, well, why don't you stream on YouTube? You know, why don't you stream on, you know, on TikTok or Instagram or whatever? Because a lot of the people my age, for example, don't know what Twitch is and don't care and don't want to learn. So particularly some of my like IRL meat space friends have kind of been like, oh, why don't you stream on YouTube? Because like I know about YouTube. And I'm like, no. Really, the reason is raids. The reason is raids. And the reason is that I like, because I do think that's kind of the best community building tool available within Twitch, right? Because we can send each other out to people that we met recently, or have known for a long time. There are times when I choose raids that are like somebody that I don't know as well. So D Thomas, who was just in here a little bit ago, I raided because my friend Paul STL just recently joined a stream team with him. And I was like, oh, I just got raided into this cool person, and I think you guys should know him. And also he plays Fortnite. And so it is kind of fun to try to meet new people and introduce your friends to people that you just met, the things that they might enjoy. And so like that aspect of Twitch is the one that I think would keep me here forever. Basically, like if they stopped allowing raids, I'd kind of be like, yeah, okay, so about that Instagram thing, or whatever. But I think it's just really lovely the way that we're able to do things like this, an actual like organized digital convention, because of that function that's built into this platform. It's just it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing. Okay. Let me just hold on a second. You scroll up a little bit. Chester is snoring. What a funny boy. Oh, Ash says, oh, interesting. I have a standing joke. Ash, what's your standing joke? Charity says they forgot to mention the tie. Yeah, the dragon doesn't normally wear a tie. I was lurking before the raid and meant to say something and forgot. I love it. Brigitte says the Dickety 3 streaming universe. Yes. Flannels. Yes. Opting out says I'm partial to the Leah has gone to Walmart and we be back in 45 minutes, but they keep yelling at me for using it. I mean, that one I think is funniest when I'm clearly obviously on camera. Like talking to people and reading chat. That's pretty funny. That amuses me. That one is good. And as a result of one of those uwu pastel Stardew streamers who literally like left their stream on and went to Walmart. That was funny. Resulting in an amusing joke for us 5 years later, whatever it is. No, that's not 5 years. That's what, like 3 years later. And also shouting at Brigitte. I mean, opting out. This is things that yeah. Ash is just in contrast to your running joke. Standing joke. Running joke. Is that a pun? I'm calling that a pun. Ash tends more towards dad jokes, which is probably why our friend Fadelay has a dad joke counter instead of a pun counter, but the pun counter is another one.
Would you care for some tea?
1,312 times. I didn't even have the pun counter when I first started streaming. It was not a thing yet. All right. So, right. That's how we play Stardew Valley here. There's a reason I had to introduce some rules about what I did during Stardew Valley streams, or I never would have gotten to perfection. I would basically keep the game paused for half the stream while we chatted about ridiculous nonsense. Those of you who have been in my cooking streams, this should be familiar to you. Even if you got here after we stopped doing the Stardew streams. And also I was very grateful to my chat when they told me that I could skip cutscenes. I was like, holy heck. This is amazing. I love everything about this. Yay. Sunny has a pen counter thanks to Salty and opting out. Yeah, opting out was in Churney's stream this morning for about 3.5 minutes before he was in the pungeon. Yeah. Ash says I would characterize them as clever wordplay, but to each their own. Brigitte has redeemed gaming with dino puppets. Okay. Right. So let's quickly game with dino puppets. Let's go ahead, and this is the other reason that things took a little longer than maybe they should have. Let's go ahead and when that ad pops up, can you just snooze it real quick? Knob says, but if I don't even notice that we aren't playing, it just shows it shows how well you are at chatting with chat. I hope so. Also, Grog has redeemed Treat Chester. Can somebody put a timer? One of the mods put a 5-minute timer on the gaming with Dino Puppets. Okay, I don't. How do I unpause this now? I can't unpause the freaking game. All right, hold on a second. There we go. There we go. There we go. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, and if you could just snooze that ad that's on its way in. So let's do a quick thing here because I ran into something really, really funny when I when I was setting up for this stream this morning. I was like, oh right, I have. Okay, dog, can you move? Yeah. When I was setting up this morning, I wanted to make sure that my flowers were mature, so I slept through a couple of days. And one of the things that happened was kind of funny, which is that I went to see Robin and I was a little early, and so I was just wandering around in Robin's house being like, I wonder what's going on here. Let's find out. And oh no. Okay, wait. All right. So we might have to by the way, yes. People would routinely redeem this when I was like in no. I don't use your sword on the grass that I painstakingly planted. There's also a really funny clip of me screaming at myself essentially because I blew up my kitchen with a bomb while wearing Dino Puppet hands. Yeah, that was the thing. All right, so I'm actually gonna go sleep really quick. And then we're gonna go back up to Robin's house because wandering around Robin's house, I made a discovery. Des says, and the farm, and then the time she almost threw away her sword. Yes, and the many times I almost died in the mines, and there was much screaming and yelling. Yes. We were so very good at avoiding cutscenes because I didn't want to talk over them. I had seen them 100 times, and really at this point they're adorable. Stardew is delightful and I love everything about it, but once you've seen it 100 times, you've seen it enough. Spring year 4, baby. Post-perfection. And what did we find? A cutscene. Sebastian and Sam playing a board game. A geeky board game. A geeky, complicated, storytelling board game. We're definitely skipping through this one because we're going to do a quick little ad break and then we're going to go watch some real TTRPG content. I can't get out of it now. All right. So, okay. Yeah, bye-bye, Galaxy Sword. Ash is already got to survive the rest of work. Have fun. Bye, Ash. Thanks for stopping in. Cutscene irony. Playing totally not Hero Quest. Some random geek says I should romance Sebastian and save you. You should, actually. Sebastian's really fun to romance. Santi, hi. How are you? It's good to see you. It's Spell Sword. All right, I'm gonna see if I can click through this as fast as possible. But I know the right answers, so we're gonna be the right answers. Come on, faster, cutscene, faster. Here. Fight the skeleton. How fast can we go? Stairs. Destroy the capsules. Dreadlord Zarth. 15 seconds left. Intruders, Solarian staff, fools, injured. Oh no! This is Sebastian's cutscene. Heal Sebastian. Pure bolt. Oh no! Pick up the Solarian staff. Woohoo! We win. Timer's up. Did we break it? We might have broken it. Okay. We might have broken Stardew Valley. However, we are going to go ahead and go to a very last quick little ad break. I will, yes, rocks fall, everyone dies. Precisely. So we are going to go to a quick little ad break. And then we are going to go ahead and throw out some more MSVCon links, say our thank yous, and read out 2 catchy cantrips. So let's go ahead and take that quick little break. We will be right back. I did ask for that.
Yeah. I feel like this is more of a Californian one, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Alice. Grimlock say you're full of Cesium salami.
You're just like Grog. You guys doing the... And if you've been sitting at your computer for a while and could use a little stretch with us.
I can touch the ceiling.
Oh god. Oh no. Rule 1. Should not be the castle's rule 1. Should be Corey's rule 1. Corey being half the reason why the castle needs a rule 1.
Hi, how you doing over there? You good?
Always swallow quickly. Yeah. You. I hate on Fridays that you go live at basically exactly the same time as my friend and mod Des, and I'm like modding and setting up for stream, and I'm just like I don't get to partake of my netherness.
Hey, Chuck. Did you eat dinner tonight? Have you eaten? Should you eat?
Sparkly top, right? That was my going out uniform, because well, I mean, can I do this in these shoes? I probably can. I can't do this. I don't have enough space. Anyway,
Resurrected by various... I forgot to do the dishes last night. Alright, this is...
Hello.
This is a doggy. This is a everybody in their jammies, including the Chester.
hello. We have matching jammies. Yes, it's a pajama party.
Alright,
Byron says ASMR me, D&D Daddy. Hey, Grog. Will you come here and taste this cheesy stuff to see if it's something that you would like to eat? And keeping in mind it's not going to be, like, that much of it.
looks like cheese. It's the consistency of cheese.
And we're back. Hi, friends. So that is basically the crux of my Stardew Valley X Twitch journey. Oh, we have a treat Chester redemption over here. Come here, boo. Come here. Oh, such a good boy. Oh, good boy. Good gentle treat taking. Here's a good boy. Thank you, Chester. Good doggy. So that's the third member of our stream team over here. Right. So, yes. Just so you guys know, here, let
what
me
kind
just...
of dog is he?
He's French. With...
Wait, how does which clip end? Oh no, I don't know. I don't know which clip. Oh no, I'm sorry. But is it cheese? It's not cheese. It's fake cheese. It's my husband is lactose intolerant, and so we occasionally test cheese substitutes, and some of them are better than others. That's the crux of that one. Right. So just as a reminder, what we have been doing here, this is MSVCon, put on by Churney Adventures and their staff and the Mountain Shade Village Discord community. And so you can get information about the programs that are happening today, both on Twitch and Discord, right there at that link. The Discord link is here. If you would like to join that community, if you like some of the people that you see today and you enjoy interacting with their content, I highly recommend that you join the Discord. Do make sure to follow the onboarding process so you gain access to the full thing. As they've had an influx today, as you might imagine. We want to make sure that everyone does the thing so that they can actually participate. Last but not least, we do, in fact, also have con merch. This has been really fun. I myself bought a tank top the other day. It has already shipped, so that is fast and will get to you quickly, I'm sure. It's a nice nostalgic reminder for me of the first time I ever did a Twitch raid train, this first time I ever presented at a fan convention, the first time I did anything like this on Twitch. So yeah, all new firsts today, and I'm excited to have the t-shirt to prove it. We are going to go ahead and raid out to catchy cantrips here in just a few minutes. If you would like to drop them a follow, if you are not able to continue along on the raid train, I understand people may have things that they need to go do and won't be able to hang out all day, but that's who we're going to go see. They are, I guess, playing Dungeons and Dragons, which they do a lot of over there. They do a lot of not only live play content, but also sort of prep work and campaign building there. And then on Sundays, they do this thing where one of them is an artist, and she will draw your character. They do a little what do you call it? A little they're doing art based on D&D today. All right, fantastic. So they often do so they on Sundays they do a draw your character where they spin a little wheel and people who get selected get their character drawn. It's so fun. You guys who are TTRPG fans will really enjoy them, and so we're going to go ahead and raid out over there in just a few minutes. Candy Coated Reality says, I've loved hearing you hype this game up. I guess I'll give it another try. Yeah, try it. Right. So let me just do my regular stream ending stuff. First of all, we're going to do some quick shout outs for our moderators. Thank you to all of you for your help in moderating the stream today, including also Say My Jane, who I don't have a button for because she does not stream. But I appreciate you guys taking time out of your busy schedule on a Saturday, on a day when I don't normally stream, to help me manage the lots of stuff that we did today beyond our norm. And I appreciate you guys. You know, every time I appreciate you guys, but especially on a day when I'm not scheduled, I appreciate it. And then we also have our own Discord, as well as Instagram and Threads. So I am in all of those places. I typically post a lot of food-related content, some clips from streams, and some clips from Fortnite, and basically just all of the things that are my life on Twitch. So if you want to follow me in any one of those places, you are more than welcome to. Also, if you didn't follow the stream, I would appreciate a follow. I am, in fact, trying to reach 1,000 followers by the end of 2025. I never thought I would be here, but here we are, where that looks like a realistic goal.
What kind of dog is he?
He's French. With
amazing. And I do better at being consistent with things when I have goals. So so that's a good thing. So yeah, if you have been hanging out and listening, we're about to raid out here. I totally get that not everybody wants to be shouted out. So if you want to follow when I go offline, that's also totally cool. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening to me talk about one of my very favorite games in the whole world, Stardew Valley, one of my favorite communities in the world, aka Twitch. I hope you guys were entertained, informed, otherwise educated, and have enjoyed your time here. let's go say hello to Catchy Cantrips. I'm going to go ahead and get this raid set up. If one of my mods could throw out the
Guess what?
command.
I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Throw out the MSV raid command. That would be amazing. Oh, wait, I can also do that here. I have a button. It's just that I was typing something else. So if you guys, we do have a special raid out message today. If you could go ahead and copy paste that that message and drop it into Catchy Cantrips chat when you get there, even if you have to peace out, try to stay for just a couple minutes. See if that sounds like someplace you might also enjoy hanging out. Drop them a follow so you can come back later. Otherwise, thank you so much, you guys. It was really lovely having you all here today for this very special event at MSVCon. And we will see you again, hopefully. Actually, that reminds me, not Tuesday, but next Thursday, because we're not having a stream on Tuesday. So, bye, you guys. Have a great day.